Here's a story that gets me annoyed. This person here. I should have been told to wait. Woman treated with hormone blockers to reassign gender as teenager takes NHS to court. Kira Bell believes her transitioning process was rushed and the NHS should have paid more attention to her biological sex. Kira Bell said the care she received for gender dysphoria, a condition where a person experiences distress due to a mismatch between their biological sex and their gender identity, steered her towards medical treatment. So, she used to identify as a boy when she was 15, went to the Tavistock Centre in London, and after roughly 3 sessions, she started receiving hormone blockers. 8 years later, and after undergoing surgery, all on the NHS, all paid for by the state, Miss Bell is detransitioning to return to a woman. She wants clinicians to do more to explore the reasons a young person changes gender before they are treated. She believes that during treatment, priority needs to be given to a person's biological sex as much as their gender identity. She's angry about the whole situation because of how things have turned out for her based on the medical pathway that she was put on. She's now trying to focus on changing the system for the better and making it better for minors and children. Minors and children, right. An article here from Crowd Justice. Protect gender dysphoric children. Children from the affirmation model. Jumping off the transgender bandwagon. Grown adults should be able to make decisions to have agency to live life as they see fit, she told the House of Commons. This woman here told the House of Commons. But before the age of 18, when people are still developing their decision-making capabilities, they should be protected. Grown adults of sane mind can make the decision to go through transition to the opposite sex and live their lives as the person they want to be. Like Kelly Maloney, formerly Frank Maloney, a boxing promoter who has found love with a former soldier who guarded the Queen. No problem. I'll just point out she isn't entitled to a payout or any compensation. From what I can gather, compensation isn't given in such cases. I'll also say she is indeed the victim in all of this. I also hope she manages to get help for the suffering she's going through and goes on to have a happy life. I really do. She is the victim, yes, but she's not a victim of the NHS or the Tavistock Clinic where she received the treatment. She is a victim of the society she has been raised in. I did ask where her parents are in all this. They are probably also victims of the same society, a society where people like this have the loudest voices, and anyone who dares to question them or have a different opinion than they do is far right, fascist, neo-Nazi, white supremacist, or suffers with some kind of phobia. If a fully grown adult makes the choice to transition to the opposite gender to which they are born, go for it. But when children are allowed to make these kinds of choices, this is what will happen, and it's going to get a whole lot worse. We now have parents making the choice for their children, regardless of what gender they are biologically assigned at birth. Parents who choose to bring their children up without a gender at all, decide their children are non-binary and refer to them as they. Again, if an adult decides they don't want to have a gender and want to be called they, no problem. I'll call them whatever they want. Children like Kira have been let down badly, and the people responsible are not going to have to pick up the pieces. We are. Now, she's not going to get a payout off the NHS, who paid for her transition in the first place, but there will still be a massive cost. I'm pretty sure taking a case to the Supreme Court isn't cheap, and the NHS will incur legal costs. I have every sympathy with people like Kira, and I hope they can get the help they need to deal with what they are going through. But we cannot and must not allow children to make decisions like this for themselves. We have decided we cannot serve alcohol to people under the age of 18, 21 in some places. We have decided that people can't drive, smoke, watch certain films, get tattoos till they reach a certain age. Yet we allow children to make decisions like this, to undergo life-changing procedures that will affect them for the rest of their lives, and then government and the state pick up the pieces when it all goes wrong. The lefties and liberals can shout and cry as much as they want and accuse us of being whatever they want, but we have to put a stop to this utter madness before it gets a whole lot worse.